Okay, I have heard you guys. We are going to do something involving trees. But I did a little researching around and I found this cool thing by Lockheed Martin of all people. They proposed that we actually make tree bombs and drop them out of airplanes and actually plant trees using these bomb-shaped devices containing trees. Now, further research has led me to a channel called I Did a Thing, where he basically made Lockheed's proposal. And from the looks of it, when he dropped these, it didn't look very stable. They kept tumbling, and that's due to the artist's rendering of not actually being something that looks feasible. I mean, they should have fins. I'm an aeronautics kind of person. I think they would need fins. We're going to see if we can plant trees with an airplane. So we're on our way to the field right now. I am going to try to do something new with the aerolite that I haven't done before, which is drop things out of it. I've seen other people drop flower bombs, pumpkins, and other assorted objects out of their airplanes for sport, but I figured we use this for the tree thing we're gonna be doing today. So let's go to the airfield. Alright boys, it's time to aviate. I need to learn how to drop these markers and hit a target accurately, at least within 30 meters. Let's fire up the ultralight. Alright, that's pretty good. I'm gonna do it a few more times and then let's go actually try to plant some trees.
Have his license? I should call the FAA.
Oh, look how he landed! Oh!
Did I hit it or what?
It landed face up.
Oh, did it really? That's awesome. All right, every time I've dropped this thing so far, I kind of wait for the threshold between the corn and the runway, and then I release, because I think that's about the right trajectory for you. I was also at 500 feet for the first drop, and I dropped down about 300 for the second drop on the altimeter. Let's go plant some trees, boy. So with that data in mind, it's time to make these aerodynamic fittings for these trees. Oh, let's get some trees. Here's a tree, that's a tree, look at this tree. Back to the desk. Okay, we need to make these biodegradable containers, so we're gonna only use cardboard and some poster board. So I'm gonna wrap the tree in the poster board, and hopefully after the first rain, these things will come apart. Now I'm gonna glue in this ring. Oh, it's time to cut some more cardboard. Laser cut the fins out of cardboard as well, because all this stuff is cardboard, which is kind of humorous, because you know, trees, cardboard. Anyways, oh yeah. Now we're using toilet paper to make these hard nose cones. Add a little flour. Oh, that's too much flour. Yeah, just take that out. Okay, where were we? Oh yeah, stuff the nose cones with the flour mix, move on to the laser cut rack. This is just some light aircraft ply, just to hold the bomb rack together. Gluing in the latches for the actual tree bombs, and now we're at the field again. Time to drop the tree thing. I don't really know how high we need to go for this to be successful plant depth, which is about roughly around 3 inches into the ground from the point of the nose cone to here. So we're gonna drop this dummy round until we figure out the right height. Hopefully I get it right the first time, and then we can actually plant the rest of the trees. definitely stuck in the ground. The problem is, like, as soon as I saw 200, I pulled the release mechanism and just dropped it. It hasn't even really, like, stopped arcing over yet, because I really want, like, a more straight down trajectory. So we're not fully planted yet. It'd probably be better on a slightly muddy day. We could get just a little deeper, because we have to go about probably around 4 more inches in, and then we should be good to plant. We have to go a little bit higher. Thing is smashed. Still not a whole lot further in though. Let's go even higher. It looks pretty planted to me. That's deep enough. Pause the video. Is this legal? Well, actually, yes. According to 91.15 of the FAA's regulations for general aviation operations, no pilot in command of a civil aircraft may allow any object to be dropped from an aircraft in flight that creates a hazard to persons or property. However, this section does not prohibit the dropping of any object if reasonable precautions are taken to avoid injury or damage to persons or property. This would explain why it's perfectly fine for people to flower bomb things and throw pumpkins out of aircraft and not get in trouble. There are no general guidelines such as horizontal distance plus height of the aircraft to determine minimum safe distance for people, structures, and vehicles, so I set my own minimums. All flights were conducted at a maximum altitude of 1,000 feet with a horizontal distance equal to the height of the dropship for inhabited structures and roadways, vehicles, and people. This is also done over private property, and at no point will the flight path of the air vehicle cross over any structure, vehicle, persons, roads, just in case, just to be on the safe side. Okay, resume. One of these wouldn't release, so I had to land going with the wind just to make sure we didn't overfly any houses or roads. But these, on the other hand, these look like they've been planted with energy. That one left a little bit of a crater. I think we might have killed this poor little tree. Well, let's move on to this one. So inside this vessel, it looks like it has worked successfully. The wrapper has shed itself, and the tree is now free to grow. Hey, look! It's a success! That looks pretty planted to me. Look at that one. This is the first one I released. The second one I was filling with too long. I just skipped over it, went to the 3 and 4 and released them, and they both hit within feet of each other. Look at that, that's perfect. That is a planted tree. Unfortunately, we also can't leave these trees here because this is actually like a cornfield and a soybean field. So we're gonna take these things home, and I'm actually gonna plant them in my backyard. And we're actually gonna grow some trees and also see if these things will live. It looks fine to me. It's not snapped into two or anything. So it withstood that violent impact. That is a success. We have managed to plant a little tree. But anyways, be sure to check out the campaign. You know, we're trying to plant, what, 200 million trees by the end of the year. So if you want to check out the Arbor Day Foundation, link in the description below. Share the video with everyone else, because I don't think anyone else has used an airplane to actually successfully plant trees. But we did test it. Looks like it does work indeed. I guess you can plant trees with bombs.